What's up guys, Chris is So Pro. I'm coming at you with a quick deck profile, and this is kind of I'm trying to work on a build, and think I've come up with the best build that I have. It's going to be for Sanctuary Agents, and this was really hard because I was trying to decide between, the Shine Ball Venus Agents or Sanctuary, and I decided in the end to go with Sanctuary, because although Shine Ball Venus is cool, Birdman's just a dead draw and you don't need it. But I'm going to go over main, extra, and side. So I'm going to start with the main board. And yeah, I got the new mat. It actually looks pretty legit. But starting off with the main, two Christias, of course, staple fairy, just broke shit. Triple Master Hyperion. It's a dark arm that oh my god, that glare makes it look so cool. But it's basically a dark arm. It's a once per turn dark arm that can be used twice with a Sanctuary on the field. And that also opens up some pretty nice combos when you're going Sanctuary. Earth, 3 of them, 2-star tuners, Stratos of the deck. In my opinion, this card is really good. Sanctuary on the field, search out a Hyperion, and then you go for Synchro Summons. The card that makes the Synchro Summons broke, Triple Jupiter. You pitch a fairy monster in your hand, special summon or remove from play fairy, and you can remove an agent monster in your grave to give it an extra 800 attack boost, or any other fairy, the extra 800 attack boost, which can help you run over a bunch of stuff. It all works out. Triple Dimensional Alchemist helps you cycle through the deck faster, removes your monsters from play, and since a lot of stuff gets removed from play with Hyperions in this deck, you could just start re-adding stuff. And there's a lot of stuff that can bring back remove stuff, so I'll get more into that a little later. Triple Zeradius searches out your sanctuaries, and also Hyperion pop target plus a 2100 beater. Instead of double Herald of Orange Light, I'm running 1 Herald of Orange and 1 Herald of Purple, because honestly, even though this deck runs a lot of hate, like with the Divine Punishments, the MSTs, the Trunade, there's not always enough to get around Oppression. I threw a Herald of Purple Light in there instead of the second Herald of Orange for 2 reasons. One is because of what I said before, there's just not enough hate for Oppression, and 2, I fucking hate Herald of Orange Light. It is the stupidest, most retarded card ever, because it says a monster your opponent controls. It's just an effect veiler that you have to pitch an extra card for, and as helpful as that can be at times, it's, to me, always less helpful than more. Of course, staple for fairy for any light deck, 1 Honest, and my answer to Catastor and a lot of other things, I'm running 1 Weisel, because it's like, oh, you pop my card with Catastor, I'll go Weisel, absorb your Catastor. If you have to go Dark Hole and have to get rid of one of your monsters, you keep the upper hand, and also, it's a 2500 1-star, and it's a Shien for spells, because once per turn you get to negate a spell, which I didn't know when I first dropped it. My friend was like, hey, you're going to negate that Pot of Avarice? I was like, huh? Let me read that. Oh, hey, negate your Pot of Avarice. It's the only card in hand, helped me out a bunch. Onto the spells. Get triple Sanctuary in the Sky, prevent battle damage with fairies, also open up a bunch of secondary effects, and also opens up your Divine Punishments. Triple cards from the sky, because honestly, opening up with this first turn, along with your one of your double Pot of Dualities, just starts the deck going, it pretty much just gets the deck up on its feet, and you have your opportunities later to bring back the fairies you remove with Jupiter, cards from the sky, or Jupiter, Miraculous Descent, and Dimensional Alchemist. Now, there is a chance with the Alchemist that you'll hit spells and traps, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh! It happens. Double MST, because Oppression sucks, and other stuff sucks. Monster Reborn, Trunade, and Dark Hole. I'm really disappointed that Trunade wasn't the Turbo Pack 6 Ultra, even if it might get banned. Traps, running triple Divine Punishment, because you have to run triple if you're going to run triple Sanctuary. I'm going with 1 Miraculous Descent in this build as opposed to any other build where I would run 2 or 3, just because you have so many ways to bring back your remove from play fairies, and I needed to find a place to make space. And Weisel, it was a mix between that and Weisel, but this card just opens up an extra Weisel play, because they go MST on it face down. You go Chain, bring back your remove from play fairy, this gets destroyed. Your remove from play fairy that was previously removed from play now on the field, it gets destroyed by its effect, and you get to drop your free Shien that doesn't negate traps. But, you know, spells are pretty nasty too. Solemn Brigade, double warning, and a judgment. And a Mirror Force. I chose not to run Torrential because I like my monster presence, and although there is a chance I might take the Mirror Force out for the Torrential, though, because Torrential just says, yeah, I got stuff over there I'm working with. Torrential just opens something. I said I was going to look back into something, and I completely forgot. I think it was just with all the summons and stuff. Like, Jupiter's not limited to summoning. I know I'm probably just stating stuff you already know, but Jupiter's not just limited to summoning agents that are removed from play. It also brings back removed from play fairies. So you go cards from the sky, you can remove from play your Christia, and it pretty much helps. Onto the extra, it's really nothing special. It's just you want to run a bunch of you really just want to run a bunch of generic synchros, like Librarian's one that you can go into occasionally, but you just want to be ready for all of them. Scrap Dragon, Stardust. This sometimes is a good card, especially with Sanctuary and you're not taking much damage. You go into Ancient Sacred Wyvern and you're like, sure, I have more attack. Trish, just remember, Reborn opens up some of these synchros that the monsters in the deck doesn't normally go for. Sorry about that. One synchro that I almost always go for is Brionic, because I'll be opening up the graveyard for Christia plays. And I'll go Jupiter, bring back Earth, synchro into Brionic, pitch a fairy, that gives you 4 fairies in grave. So, Catastor, like, these are all just generic synchros. What am I doing? I've still got the Gachis in there from running the Shine Ball build. But, you know, Gachi is possible with this deck too, especially with Earth. Now, onto my side deck. I run Double Cyber Dragon for the Machinas, and it's also an honest target, so it's always good. Double Thunder King, honest target, and shuts some other things down, like it does miraculous jobs against plants sometimes and other things. I'm really tired, I can't really think. Triple Banisher of the Radiance, because this deck really doesn't get hurt by macro, and if you really need to play against frogs, you side out your MSTs, of course, your Trunade, and because everyone knows, especially with Scott Page out there running around with his frogs, your 7-card side against frogs is always pretty good. Double Chain Disappearance, another thing against frogs, Sam's, plants, just overall versatile card. Double Goes in Match, because everything you run is light except for the Weisel, but that's easily sided out if you want to put the Goes in Match in. And also, if like all your lights are destroyed, say with Dark Hole, Torrential Tribute, you just drop the Weisel, and even though it limits you, it also puts pressure on your opponent to get it off the field, because it's pretty big. Triple Decree for those random trap-heavy decks like Glads, and just start siding shit in. And another Miraculous Descent. Usually if I side in the Banishers, I'll side in the second Descent. Looking for another ultimate one. But that's all I've got for you tonight, guys. If you got any suggestions, just, you know, rate, comment, subscribe, and, you know, send me PMs. Just help me out, guys. Get me some subscribers. I'd really appreciate it. Peace.